Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're here at the edge of the world at Fort Refugius. We went from Devon all the way around and now we're here. And we're here to help Harvek with his people problem. In the process though, I've discovered something. There's a dude out here called the Quiet Man. Have I met this guy before? I've been to Fort Refugius like once and I don't remember the Quiet Man. But we will visit the Quiet Man. Inside his cozy hut, the Quiet Man is sitting at his desk, constantly poring over letters and slips of parchment. He's willing to pay well for sensitive information. Ask him about this place. He leans back and considers his surroundings briefly. A place of opportunities more than anything else, he says after a momentary pause. If there ever was a place that proved how looks can be deceiving, this is it. Fort Refugius is more than the sum of its parts, but I'm certain that you've already figured this out. Whatever brought you here to the end of the world is certainly something that cannot be done anywhere else. Well, that is technically true because we can't do Harvek's mission anywhere else. Let's report what happened to Kandake's research in the Plains of Bone. And then keep trading information. Got some bros. Hey! Cadmador doesn't hate us as much as they do before. Oops. And then, Alkalis Basin. Cool. Even more! And some insight! Ask him about himself. The Quiet Man leans back in his chair upon hearing your request, a faint bemused smile on his face. I'm just a humble merchant. My wares are knowledge and information, he says calmly. And I'm called the Quiet Man for a good reason. I don't gossip, and that I leave to my clients. Suffice to say that whoever I work for wishes to remain shrouded in mystery for now. Well, I know it's Cadmador, so that's something. He turns his attention back to his parchments, indicating that no uncertain terms that he does not wish to discuss this further. All right, bye-bye. We will come back and talk to him if need be. Look for deals. Ooh! What the hell is a Dwarven Firebomb? Scout combat strength? Does improve defenses at the outpost, though. Yes, please. My scouts are, like, nothing to write home about, so I'm definitely not, like, in the market to make my scouts better fighters. Sell a lot of moon dust? We'll sell some moon dust. Why not? Alright, Harvek wants to talk to you in private. This is the whole reason we came here. The Tainted Mercenary takes you to an unoccupied part of the ruins and points to an isolated tent across the courtyard through a crack in the wall. That's her tent right there, he growls. When you ask him who he is talking about, he gives you a nasty grin. Her name's Cleora, a whore, a traitor. One of the effers on my list, boss. That B word was instrumental in betraying me, so I owe her a slit throat for making me end up in the Purgatoria. You ask him how he wants to go about it. He gives it a brief thought. Four-man job. He nods to himself. I asked round. She's alone. Though some of them mercs at the camp are looking out for her, so we just sneak right in at night. I'll do the deed while you watch my back. Just let me know if this is the night, eh? Let's do it tonight, sure. 4 people? Skulker? There's no Ren? Oh, there he is. So skulking sounds like Ren, Krifta, and definitely don't bring Aelani. This sounds like something she would be very upset about. Sidarius? Sidarius isn't, like, creepy, is he? I can't tell. I don't know if they're ever gonna fix this glitch. How about Nadir? Oh, and Krifta. Oh, you can only bring 3. Okay, you 3. Good. You wait for night to fall. Part of the camp quiets down, while the others in the occupied ruins are busy drinking themselves into oblivion around campfires. Once he makes sure that the target went to sleep, Harvek takes the team out. Takes a team of 4 of you. Oh, I see. It's 4 plus me. Or 4 including me. I understand. For some reason, I was very confused, and I thought I needed 4 companions. The team of the 4 of you across the ruined courtyard, trying to avoid lights and groups of people that are awake. You try to sneak as close to Cleora's tent as possible. We succeed. Nobody sees you reaching and surrounding the isolated tent. Harvek crawls in, and you can hear the sound of a struggle inside. That is messed up. A woman's voice protesting briefly, and then a pained yelp. The mercenary bursts out of the tent, fresh blood on his nasty knife, and the four of you disappear into the night, just as a handful of hired thugs come to investigate the ruckus. Successful operation. Once you're back at the Comitatus, Harvek is all quiet. His usual calmness has been replaced by a nervous silence that is broken briefly once you ask him about the events that transpired. Thank you, boss. It had to be done. Betrayers such as her must pay the price in the end. We had something long ago. Doesn't matter now. I'll lie down now. Yeah, this guy is ruthless. He walks away, not wishing to discuss this further. Night comes and goes. You have anything to talk about? About his past? Campaign of payback. Making good progress. Oh, I see. This apparently makes him very happy. So many of them efforts have been crossed off the list that I think I can move on now, boss. The tainted mercenary tells you. Move on to bigger fish, as they say. Frish? We might come across others I got a bone to pick with, and I ain't gonna pass up an opportunity to F them up. He clicks his tongue. See, the one I now have in mind is my retired carpenter capo, Croesus. That fellow was the mastermind behind making me the fall guy back in the day. I visited the cozy little Purgatoria because of him. Really, the rest of us were just playing along. Croesus gave me up and never paid the price. Times are changing, I say. He's a Bob Dylan fan. The mercenary takes a swig from his canteen. Trouble is, I've got no idea where to look. Croesus went into retirement long ago, they say, and he's living out his days in some nice neighborhood or a remote villa, I'd wager, enjoying the fruits of decades spent effing over others. But, and there's always a but, the Collegium will know where he is. If not them, perhaps the Prefectus will. So we should pay these fine leaders a visit one day. No matter which one, I'm prepared to pay for the bribes and all that. You tell him that you will. So you mean like the guy from, Avernum? Okay, so the Collegium, I think, is in Devon, and Avernum is where the Prefectus is. So we could just make our way that way, since we're relatively close. Do you want a gift? Apparently not. He's already loyal, so maybe we just can't make him any more loyal. All right, end the day. We did it. Okay. I say we head back north. I was going to head east to Torzag's shelter, but I say we get after Harvek's mission while the getting's good. Can I tell what's in my cargo? Just a bunch of supplies. I also got some free metal because I was at... I popped into HR and they're like, you want some metal? I'm not going to turn down free metal, people. Let's go over this way, and then we'll go up that way. We should definitely force march. I guess we could go into Kochar, because we'll probably go up towards the Writhing Oasis. Not in demand. Well, we won't sell that here then. But we will rest here so we can just get some vigor back. End the day. Head out. Even though this seems less efficient now, it's only going to take 6 to get to this point, versus if we went up this way, it would take us 10 to get over there. So we'll go this way. We'll rest, and we'll try to get some stuff out of the desert. Maybe we'll get lucky. We did not, but nobody got harmed, and we didn't lose any vigor, so... I call that a win. We'll zoom up this way, and then we'll take the back route behind Utvarar to Avernum. Yeah, I can't believe we're actually knocking out, like, all of the quests for our companions. It's kind of wild. The last parts of the Vagrus Riven Realms journey. There's still a couple things I want to do for the series. Definitely don't need to fight you guys. Have a single Osculite charm. Move on. I still want to get... I still want to, like, show off Finderath's quest line. That's like the least likely one to happen. It might be too annoying for me to even bother filming it. But I also want to do Vorax's quest line. He's the DLC like undead cook that you can get, and I just never bothered to go get him. I also want to show off Javek's quest line as well. So, but otherwise, there's just a couple other things. I don't know if any of these other ones are really worth knocking out. I mean, Exquisite Brew, we've spent so much time doing that one, we might as well finish it. Black Gold, I'll probably show off exactly what happens in that one. I'll do it off camera, but then just show, what happens at the end of that. And obviously, we still have to finish the Sealed Beyond. I don't know about For Posterity, since that one's technically for the knowledge Vagrus completion, and then we definitely have to show off the outpost for sure. But yeah, pretty we're running down to the last bits of Vagrus the Riven Realms, which is kind of wild to think about. It's been on 204 episodes or something crazy like that, not including the tutorial. We're missing a fighter. We should get a fighter. Join. Okay, let's explore the city. Nah, we don't need to smoke. And then go find the Prefectus. The Slag Fort? Yes. Hello. He wants to talk to me. We will get to that in a second. You and Harvek want to know where you can find the retired capo Cressus. The Prefectus listens to Harvek's request, drumming his fingers on his large desk. Interesting. He leans forward. Cressus used to be one of the more influential capos back in the day, he tells the two of you. But few know that he betrayed some other members to bring in a big haul towards the end of his run, a sort of retirement fund, if you will. He calculated the wrath of the handful of capos he had to cross is worth the risk. He calculated well because he had the wealth to build a villa high up in the Blackblood Mountains over a decade ago. I heard that he retains some of his business on the side, that he does not pay a tribute to the guild, which further antagonized them, and yet they left him alone, not just because he keeps a retinue of bodyguards. The Prefectus clears his throat and leans back. The current leadership does not consider Cressus as a member of the Carpenters Guild since his retirement. We gotta pay him a visit then, Harvek tells you with a wide grin on his unusual face. It's payback time. That said, a villa like that could be a hard nut to crack, so we best prepare for a fight there. You thank the Prefectus for his kindness. Well, we might as well talk to him since he wants to talk to us. I find myself again realizing how much work you have been doing for the city and for me, personally. I thought about how to reward it, and I came to the conclusion that you certainly value connections, while I have mine, and I can pull some strings at the faction of your choosing. Unfortunately, the people I can nudge in this way is somewhat limited, but once I put in a word for you, the change could be drastic, so take your time with this if need be. He explains which factions he is connected to you. Once you select the one, the benefits of the Prefectus's meddling will be felt right away. Hold on. I want to see... Let me see what my relationship is with all the factions. So House Venari did drop back below 900, but that's okay because House Darius is now above 900. As long as I have one of the major houses above 900, I'm fine. So the Carpenters Guild is definitely an option. Aquo could be a good one because I've never gotten that one above 5. Oh, maybe no, you know what? I might have gotten House Aqua above 5. I'm looking at my Steam achievements. I think I did. So maybe the Carpenters Guild is the way to go. Or the Church of Oscul would be an interesting one too. Seems highly unlikely that I would be able to get all the way to level 5 on my own relatively quickly. They don't have any... The other thing that's nice about working with the churches is the only people that they don't like, or that don't like them, are... Okay, never mind. The Church of Oscul... Or wait, what did I just look at? The Church of Sergorod. Okay, so the Church of Sergorod definitely has enemies, which is the Carpenters Guild, the Loaders Guild, Ratharnak, and the Scathicnus, and the Ahari, but I don't care about them. However, the Church of Oscul doesn't have any negatives. So maybe we go ahead and ask him to put in a good word at the Church of Oscul. Let's do that. I'll forget otherwise. I went to the wrong district even. Slag Fort, Prefectus, I'm back. we would like to get a word in with the church. Plus 80. Heck yeah. Thank you, sir. Salute. And back to the Manzio. Look at that. Level 4. Weren't we at level 4 before? Perhaps. Sure were. We got the Blessed King's ring last time. What do we get when we get up to 900? Ooh, that's right. Just combat strength. 25 combat strength against undead is pretty sick. Could have been useful in a lot of the quests we were on before. Okay, so we've learned of where the hell are the Black Blood Mountains? That's not even that's not even a place like I'm familiar with. Oh my god, is this it? Oh, it's so far away. It's all the way over by Torzak's shelter. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to pause the episode real quick, and I will bring you back at the Black Blood Mountains. We're going to finish off Harvek's quest today. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We are just north, I should say, of the Black Blood Mountains location. And I've always been kind of curious about this funny little path through the mountains, but now we know the purpose for it. Here we go. High up on a small plateau surrounded by jagged peaks and dark rock faces is the white stone villa Harvek had been looking for. Surrounded by a reinforced wall, the glint of helmets is visible just below the ramparts, betraying well-armed guardsmen. The villa is indeed like a small fortress. Just as we thought, boss, Harvek tells you once you have stared at the place from behind the cover of nearby rocks while the Comitatus rests further down the path. This one requires a delicate approach. Sneak close, get in, murder Cressus, get out. Small team, no fuss. We will do this in a second, because I just realized I have not upgraded Harvek. Since, never mind. Okay, I take it all back. In we go. I thought this would have been the last mission for him, but apparently not. Take your best companions with you. We can only take 5, okay, including Harvek. So we will. I'm kind of thinking we'll take these 4. We'll leave Elani and Krifta out, and we'll have Harvek just do his jump back and forth on his own tile. Harvek leads the group closer to the villa after a round of preliminary scouting. On the north side, which is the least well guarded, the high rocks are close to the wall, and you could use that to get inside without raising an alarm, at least according to the tainted mercenary. During the approach, you stay hidden among the ravines and crevasses that lead up to the villa, and once there, you can see that Harvek's plan makes sense. He points at a large rock. Either we jump across from that when no one's looking, he whispers hoarsely, or we climb up using rope. Try to leap across one by one. I don't even know where we are leaping to or from. It seems like a sheer cliff. Try to leap we seem like a fairly dexterous crew. You all climb up and lie down on the rock, waiting for the guards to look the other way. When that happens, you begin by getting a running start and leap across the gap one by one. Harvek is the first, landing on the ramparts easily. He grabs a nearby guard with his mantis hand and immediately and stabs him in the neck with his kukri. Now it is your turn to jump. Let's get a boost. We succeed. You leap into the air and land safely across the gap and on the top of the wall, joining Harvek, who is already sizing up the courtyard. The others follow you one by one. A quick glance at the property inside the walls reveals the main villa is that of white marble, some auxiliary buildings, and a sprawling garden. You descend onto the footpath, meandering among plants and trees, which will hide your approach, and then head towards the main structure. The guard idling on the lower floor terrace is assassinated without a sound, but then another henchman spots you entering the hall and shouts an alarm. The hired bodyguards converge on the hall, and in a few moments you have a serious fight on your hands. Oh, this is nothing. Just a ragtag group of weird individuals. There we go. Alright, Harvek, leap forward and stab this dude. Oh, right, you gotta leap forward first. Not smart. That's not what I wanted to see. Go ahead and ward. Shuffled around. Shoot this man. She's immediately gone. I called her a man and then killed her. Very rude of me. Could have been a female presenting man. You never know. Dang, this guy is hard to hit. Go ahead and debuff the back row. And then burn this guy? That guy's dead. Try to hit this dude again. Hey, we hit him finally. Duck. Oh, Harvek, you poor man. Kick this guy to the back. Good job. Stab this man. I'm hoping the fire burns them. Rude. Oh, they didn't die. Close. He's dead now. Oh, you're the bane of my existence. Oh, how rude. All right, he's gone. That wasn't so bad. As soon as the mercenaries begin to fall, Cressus appears on the upper floor balcony of the villa and shouts to his handlers, "Release the beasts, you fools!" Somewhere beyond the garden, pens open to the hoarse roars of some unseen creatures, and the sounds of a massacre begin to echo in the courtyard. The unfortunate servants and guards who released the animals had no time to flee. The last guard who opposed you is now slain, so you turn to face what is inevitably coming your way, only to see a pack of frenzied Ifriani turn a corner near the garden and charge across the courtyard to tear you to shreds. You have to fight for your life. Holy. 5 velociraptors. Begin the battle. Are you guys resistant to fire? Not particularly, just a little bit. All right, go for the blue one. Oh, that's what I wanted to see. Call the pack. Aye, less of what I wanted to see, thank you. Shoot the greenie. He's dead, okay. He's still alive? The most resilient velociraptor known to man. Poor Harvek. Pick that guy out. Blue bee is gone. That's right. Attack the guy who's got no armor. Or, I mean, all the armor. The other thing that I said. Ah, good job. Well done, team. Smack this guy. Ah! At least he's in the front, so I don't think he can do his, like, charge attack. Yeah, they have to back up to do it. Debuff the back row. How did you end up all the way over there? Can I have you switch places with Gorgora? Fantastic. And you killed a guy. You've exposed Garrick to danger, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Another one down. Change position. I assume that's some sort of evasion buff. Didn't matter. We mantised you. Mantis strike. The Ifriani are slain and now lie all over the main hall of the villa, their blood mixing with that of the guards in crimson puddles. Harvek begins to walk up the stairs, not even looking at the riches amassed and on display in the hallway. Weapons, plates, bowls, I almost said bowels, goblets, and jewels, sculptures, murals, and decorative carpets are also abundant. Harvek sees your reaction and grins. Then he beckons to you. You follow him upstairs. With his bodyguards, servants, and pets murdered, Cressus is alone. He waits for you in his study, standing in front of his desk wearing a white toga. Despite his age, Cressus looks like he's in good shape, but would still be no match for Harvek. Below his receding hairline, his face is a mask of contempt. "So, after all this time, you show up to murder an old man?" He asks Harvek, who just stares at him. "I'm not ashamed of what I had to do to survive, boy. Do you think that I would have given you up if there had been no other way?" "Spare me your sob story, you bastard," the mercenary hisses. "It won't save your shite little life." "Fine," the old man says. Harvek steps forward, his mantis arm raised, but Cressus raises his hands. "Before I go, know this. Shira gave birth to a child 4 months after they put you away. I took them in. Then after she died of a fever, I raised the boy as my own. To make up for your mistakes. Or to make up for mistakes." It's a little bit of a different tone if he accuses him of having mistakes. You glance at Harvek and see that he's paralyzed what he's just heard. "Your son," Cressus continues. "Orin. He's turning into a fine young man. He works for the carpenters in Devon, more capable than most, with a bright future ahead of him." Harvek's face is twisted into a mask of confusion and doubt. He clearly hates the old man and came here with an unwavering purpose, but now that his world is evaporating. I say, have Harvek grow as a character. Because you don't have to kill everybody who's wronged you. You can learn to forgive. Harvek shakes his head defiantly, and for a moment you think the deadly mantis will strike, but then he lowers it and hits Cressus in the chin with a closed fist, knocking him unconscious. The old man falls onto his desk and lies there sprawled on his back. You ask Harvek if he is not afraid of retaliation in the future. From him? He shakes his head. No, boss. He's a broken man. The two of you walk out onto the balcony. You stand around on the balcony, bathed in the fading sunlight, looking at the crew entering the confines of the villa and securing everything. Naturally, I want to go see my son, Harvek says all of a sudden. I mean, I got trouble deciding how to feel about all this, but one thing is for sure. I loved Shira, you know, for the brief time we had together. I could tell that it was the real deal. I'm sort of obliged to check on my flesh and blood, so I'm sure you understand. You tell him you will get to Devon sooner or later. We go to Devon all the time. Good, he replies and nods. The carpenters there can guide me to him, although I'm not on great terms with the guild. Can you help me out there? And if you ain't a friend either, well, we'll see what we can do about it. I think I'm in pretty good relationships with the guild in Devon. Yeah, sick. Insight. Oh, we got random stuff. It's too bad I filled up my inventory with other crap. Sorry, we can't take any of it with us. That's too bad. I guess I could ditch all this food. Because we're pretty close to Torzeg's shelter. Yeah, why don't we do that? It's probably... Because this would be 500. Yeah. I'm like, this one might be the difference maker, though. But I have to imagine the supplies are actually the more valuable of all of these things. Well, the silver, obviously not. But maybe the oil? This one, it's 1 per, which is 20-something silver. Whereas these kind of like even out to be like, isn't it like 5 silver per stack? The coal is more valuable than the oil, technically. Yeah. Okay. I think that's how I want to do it. Call it good. Oh my god. Look at all the stuff we stole. Oh, that's so good. Oops. Well, okay. We're just going to camp outside his... I like the idea that we robbed his tower and then we just kind of camped outside. Outside of the tower. Fun stuff. All right. Zoom on over to Torzeg's shelter. Camp one more time. We should probably upgrade him now. Oh, I didn't want to talk to him. Talk about his son? Ask him what he thinks about meeting his son. What do you think, boss? The tainted mercenary grits his teeth. I'm a nervous as heck. Up until recently, I had no idea I had a son. Well, alright, I knew I used to be a generous lover, if you know what I mean. Ew, I didn't want to know that. TMI. Now this business with Cressa and Shara. F me sideways. I don't know what to say. But I gotta find Orin. I can't let him live not knowing the truth about his pops. And you gotta help me with this, boss. We already know where his son is. He's in Devon. That's a redundant question. Ready? There we go. Oh, we don't have enough insight. Okay, well, we can get the 1. And I still really want to get chitinous growth, so we might as well work on tough 4. And then get the... We need dexterous 3 for mantis stab 2. So get that one, and then the... Yeah, I guess it'll be the Kukri shank will be the next one, but it still costs more proficiency than we have. So let's just call that good. That's a decent upgrade for him. Try to get more insight as we go. And all right. Use Garrick's tunnels to smuggle all this stuff in. And then turn all this stuff in. Let's use... We'll sell this stuff. And then use Garrick's connections to sell the bog weed. Deal in contraband. Sell bog weed. You guys only buy 5 bogweed at a time? I guess it's available daily, but... You can buy dragon bone here. Buy bogweed in bulk. Holy crap, 50 bogweed is an insane amount of bogweed, sir. Here, put that in our secret pocket. Okay, so let's pause the episode there. What I'm gonna do off camera is I'm gonna go up to Arcane and then just haul a crap ton of marble from Arcane to my salt spot and back until we get all of the marble that we need. So we'll start next episode at the outpost, get that knocked out, or at least started to get knocked out, because it takes a while to build, I guess. And then we'll head over to Devon to deal with the last of Harvek's quest. So, for now, if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button, it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel, make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!